we have a great episode today. Today we're going to talk about some stuff that I was thinking about yesterday. Now, yesterday we didn't do a video, mainly because there were some things going on that I thought were going to be very temporary, only going to last a day. In fact, the portfolio we had today had a little bit of a down day when I think overall loss was like $2,000, a little bit below that, or a little bit above that rather. But I thought it was profit taking. So I wanted to see what happened today and see if I was right. And if I was wrong, I was going to come out and eat a little bit of crow and figure out why that was. But no, it went up today a little over $1,000 and came back. And I think there's some really good opportunities. And we're going to talk about some of the trends that we're noticing. And if you've been watching the video over the last couple weeks, you kind of know where I'm going. But this is just reinforcement for any buying decision that you've made. Or if you haven't made, I honestly don't know what you're waiting for, because this is like literally a pile full of $50 bills sitting on the street corner waiting for somebody to pick them up. And it's really that simple. So we'll talk about our portfolio overall and kind of where everything went. So overall, there's more green than blue. But I was really trying to do initially, and this is kind of what I look at every day, is, you want to see the portfolio go up long term, but on a daily basis, I'm more interested in opportunities for buying. So I'm actually looking for the stocks in the red. And so if we look at things that we have in the portfolio or the watch list, the red didn't go down really at all. I mean, we have 1% break even, 1%. Let's go back up here. 2% basically 5% was Menlo. That's a biotech company, so they're a little bit of an outlier. Velocity went down 5, but they've been so high lately. It's not even something I'm even going to pay much of attention to. There's not really a buying opportunity for me at this point, although it's a really good stock. All right, let's see. 1%, 0%, 1%. Let's see, 3%. That's another biotech company. 4%, that's an oil stock. 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 5% Soho. We're going to talk about that one today. And 1, 0, and 0, 0, 0. 2%, that's another biotech company, and 0. So there's only one stock that we're going to talk about. We'll save that till the end. But today I wanted to look at the stocks that really went up the most today and kind of where the trend was. If you have one stock in a sector that went up and it just had a unicorn day, then that's fine. I'm not going to pay much attention to it. It's one stock on one day, and that's not enough to make a decision on. So we're going to talk about two stocks that really are showing us that really people are not only wanting to get back to normal, but they're ready to get back to normal. Okay. So two stocks that I looked at recently that are kind of you think are like the anti-COVID stocks. I mean, they're stocks where people like get together and, basically they're in high density areas for longer periods of time. The first one we're going to talk about was the one that I saw a commercial for over the weekend when I was watching the very first college football game of the season. Was Dave & Buster's. It had a big day yesterday. Had another big day today. Went up 10+%. I mean, it absolutely just jumped up on that. And maybe that's from the advertising. People realize they saw the same thing that I saw. It's like, man, these people are doing an outlay for advertising. They must be pretty confident on where things are at. So that's huge. It's gone up 20% in 2 days. You got to listen to me, guys. If you haven't bought this, I mean, I don't think it's even anywhere near late on buying Dave & Buster's. It's time to get in on that. So let's take a look at where Dave & Buster's is on our chart. Did I pass it? I literally passed it. And I didn't. There it is right there. So it's still got a 2.5 size upside. So it means if you invest $1,000, you're probably going to come up with at least $2,500. I mean, that's an absolute no-brainer. The other one that had a really good day today was Red Robin. And again, they kind of pioneered the touch-free ordering process. If you've ever been there, I mean, you can basically order on one of their tablets. But my guess is they have a QR code there as they're opening up. But basically have people sitting in a restaurant for a long period of time. Basically a lot of times in malls or adjacent to malls. And this stock has been jumping. Again, it went up 12.5% today. And this was one of the first stocks. I mean, it might have been the first stock that I bought. It literally might have been the first stock that I bought when I started doing this. And if we look at Red Robin, that one is going to be, let's see, I'm assuming it's down here. Oh, it's got to be in green, duh. Yeah, so Red Robin's still doing really well. It's got a 3-point upside. So again, if you invest $1,000, you're probably going to come out with at least $29.80 when all is said and done. So an absolute no-brainer. And that's including the fact that it's gone up 12% today. So there was a huge upside for that stock. Signet Jewelers went up yesterday. It went up another 6% today. That's in the mall. They do K Jewelers and amongst other, a bunch of other things. And then another sector that's just huge is the movie sectors. If you look at AMC today, which is kind of the, kind of where everybody's looking, went up 3% today, and then it went up 9% after hours, which immediately makes me want to look and find out what is going on. Because when you have that big of a jump after hours. All right, so AMC went down yesterday, went back up big time. AMC plans to open 140 more theaters this week. Stop Pox 12%. I'm telling you guys, if you're not in on this, you got to get on it. This is a huge, huge opportunity. This is one where you're going to make a lot of money. All right, so we'll get into that. Those are kind of retail stocks, like consumer retail mall shopping stocks. Now we're going to get into one of my favorite sectors is the betting stocks. So we look at DraftKings. College football season's coming up. I have one of my 2 fantasy football drafts coming up Thursday. I haven't done any homework on it. I got to look on it. There's no preseason games, and that's usually where I get a lot of my intel on. So I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be like shooting in the dark this year, I think, for the most part. But this one's been up 5% today, and it's going to go up even higher as more sports are going to be on TV. As we get to the NBA finals, as we get to the baseball, as they're wrapping up their season and getting their playoffs, getting into college football, I'm telling you, October is going to be nuts for this stock. So if you're not in on this stock already, you definitely need to get in on it. Red Rock Resorts, great place in Vegas. One of the first places I stayed when I was in Vegas. I had a suite in that room. I don't even know if it was a suite. It looked like a suite. It was not just a little hotel room. It was huge. It had a huge California king bed, this massive picture window overlooking. I mean, the whole window was overlooking the strip. It was amazing. And I was there for a work conference. So whoever booked that trip for me, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was just unbelievable. One of the best places I ever stayed. That place is up 8% today. Century Casinos, they do smaller casinos. They're up 10.5% today. Golden Entertainment, another casino stock, up 8% today. Guys, if you're not in these, you're just crazy. I mean, these are going to absolutely continue to pop. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about 2 stocks that I think are definitely worth looking at, that you definitely need to get into. So the first one we talked before, it was about Soho. This is Southerly Hotels. And they do certain Hilton, Crown Plaza, DoubleTree, Sheraton hotels. So a little bit more upscale. And people with money are going to be spending more. And so this one was down 5% today. I've had my eye on this stock for a long time, as evidenced by, where is this at here? Where is Soho? All right, I never look at that way. All right, where is... Yeah, there's Soho. Soho is moving up. This was down a little bit farther before, but now it's basically at a 3 times investment. So if you invest $1,000, you're probably going to come out with close to $3,000 on it. I'm definitely looking at this. I'm surprised it wasn't in yellow already as a potential buy. So we'll take a look at that. But this is one... Man, for the longest time, I never owned it, and then I owned it for a little bit, and then sold it just to move money into other things. But this is one I don't know. I have a soft spot for this stock. At some point I'm going to buy it. I don't know when, but this is an opportunity to look at it. I'm going to look at it today and see if I want to invest some more money in this, but definitely one worth looking at with tons of upside. And then Children's Place, they do Children's Place, Baby Place, and Gymboree. Boom. So basically they do, it's like little kid stuff, whatever. So this one has been doing pretty well lately. I actually have a limit order on this guy because it basically has been moving up the chart slowly. It's now at 3.5 times investment. So if I buy, let's say, $1,000 worth of it, I'll come out with about $3,500. If I buy $2,000, which is about where I'm at, then I'll probably come out with about $7,000 on it. So that's kind of where I'm putting my money. Pre-market for tomorrow. No really big news. I looked at the headline here about Kodak. It's just so weird. You never even see Kodak anymore. I'm surprised they're even in existence, but they're in there as well, and I know they're doing some government contracts as well. Overall, the market, it's super early as far as the pre-market goes, so we don't expect this to be super high, but we do expect another positive day tomorrow. Let's take a look at, let's see which 99-year-old person died today. So we'll look at some of the COVID stats today here in San Diego. Man, we've done close to 1 million tests, and we have triple digits in deaths. That's it. I mean, that's crazy. All right. So kudos to Christina, Ivik, Michelle Gilchrist, Dan Wheaton, Michelle Guerrero, and Lauren Schrader, because they were doing a great job putting all this data together. All right, let's get this loading up. Let's look at some of the key metrics we have here. Again, as I was telling you, daily testing, it's hard to get that number up because there's not as many people that actually want to test or need to test as there was before. We're still down in the 3%, which is absolutely great. I believe, and I haven't been paying attention to this, I believe the restaurants here in San Diego have opened up, so even our draconian governor let us open up. Hospitalizations took a plunge, and they're just totally flat right now. All right, beds in use by COVID, under 300. Deaths by day is very low. The trend line is about 2 per day, and this is a county of 3 million people. All of the deaths are pretty much down by the border checkpoints, which makes me think that in Tijuana, it's got to be kind of nuts down there. And then we'll go down to the last page, and we'll see how old the last couple people that died were. 87, 80. I mean, that's old. That's like legit. Down south by the border, underlying medical conditions. All underlying medical conditions, 81, 70, 85, 84, 93, there's your 91, 86, 83, 81, 72, 73, 67. I mean, the youngest one here was 46. That was, 2 weeks ago. Other than that, the oldest one was close to 60 and had underlying conditions. So, guys, I'm telling you, this is like insider trading. It's literally getting Doc Brown's Sports Almanac, going back, betting all these, and getting rich. I mean, this is the easiest thing you're going to do. I mean, like, even if we talk about the gambling stocks, right? DraftKings, Red Robin, Century Resorts, Golden Entertainment, all those are gambling stocks. This is like playing blackjack and knowing what you're going to get before the cards are dealt. I mean, this is just not even fair. It's super easy. To that effect, we are sitting on holdings of about 81,000, 82,000. We're going to be up at 100 pretty soon. Of what we bought it from just in a few months, we're basically have a 50% gain on it. And from the beginning, I put a little over 33,000 in, and we've basically doubled our money with a projection going to about 312,000. That is, like I've said before in a number of videos, that's the down payment on the beach house. So there's a beach house with my name on it within walking distance of the beach, within walking distance of this house. I don't know where it's at. I don't know what the address is, but it's got my name on it. And just think about what you're doing. Make sure you get invested. Have a goal. Have something you're shooting for. It'll keep you focused. It'll keep your eye on the prize. It'll help you make good decisions. If you want to take a look at this chart, play around with it, parse it out, use it, improve it, steal it, take credit for it, whatever. There's a link in the video description. Also, if you haven't signed up for Robinhood yet, in my opinion, it's the best platform out there. It's super easy to use. And you know, you can use it on your phone. It's not like E-Trade. E-Trade is, oh my gosh, it's like, I don't think they've improved that. I was literally on my platform, E-Trade platform yesterday, and I don't think they've made an upgrade to that platform in 10 years. So, which might as well be 100 years. But with that being said, there's money to be made. There's candy to be stolen from babies, and there's beach houses to be got. So get the chart out, get your investment started, and it's never too late. I'm telling you, this is the best opportunity you're going to have in your entire life to make money. So take advantage of it today, and I'll see you tomorrow.
To get more information on the sales cheat code, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Also, down below in the video description, down there, there's a link that takes you to our website that gives you additional content, some additional freebies that we have, and gives you information on some programs that we have that have been proven to help people to make sales easy so that you can make the kind of money you want, live the lifestyle that you've always wanted, and not have to struggle in the process. And what might be the coolest thing of all is you don't have to put much effort into it. It truly is a cheat code that most people don't know about. And it's a cheat code that can change your life today. So click on the link below and let me help you start to experience these results starting right now.